question says, what are the goals when a government uses expansionary monetary policy? Check all that apply. And 1 says increasing its money supply to boost the economy. 2 says decreasing its money supply to slow the economy. 3 says increasing its money supply to speed business expansion. 4 says decreasing its money supply to curb business expansion. And 5 says decreasing its interest rates to increase investment spending. So it's important to understand what expansionary policy means, right? And basically, you would engage in expansionary policy in a situation in which the economy is doing is producing at a level lower than the potential GDP. So you have long-run aggregate supply here, and this is potential GDP, and then you have short-run aggregate supply and aggregate demand and long-run aggregate supply. So here you have this recessionary gap, right, where the economy is producing at this GDP level, and then that you would want it to be at this optimal Q star level, right? So it's too small. And so you want to stimulate the economy, basically shift aggregate demand to the right, so that, this is a little bit laggy, so that you would be able to have, all right, let's try drawing one again. Assume that's right here at this equilibrium point. And so you want to be able to shift the aggregate demand to the right to expand demand and get to this long-run aggregate supply curve where you would have this optimal GDP output. And so how do we go about doing that through monetary supply? And so the thing that the money supply is going to affect the most is going to be something like interest rate, right? And so a low interest rate is going to allow the economy to grow faster, because a low interest rate means more businesses take out loans to invest into the economy. People are less likely to put money into savings, more likely to consume. And so all these things factors are going to stimulate consumption and investment spending, right? And so that growth is what we're looking to see. So what can the Fed do to decrease interest rates? So we know the money supply graph looks like this, right? I'm not sure why this is lagging all over the place. We have interest rates on the y-axis, and then we have the quantity of money on the x-axis. And so it looks something like this. And so right now we might be here. What can we do? This is money supply, and this is demand for money. Demand for money is going to stay the same. What can we do to lower interest rates? We're going to increase the money supply. If we increase the money supply, we have increased overall money in circulation, and we've also dropped the interest rate from where it used to be. It used to be up here, and now it's down here. And so that lower interest rate is going to be what we were trying to accomplish. So hopefully this explanation makes sense. There's a recessionary gap. The Fed looks at that and says, we want to stimulate the economy. How do we do that? We want to lower the interest rate. How do we do that? We want to increase the money supply. And so that's kind of the three-step process in which we would see. So let's see which one of these answer choices kind of fits within that process, right? So 1 says it wants to increase its money supply to boost the economy. And yeah, that's steps 1 and 3. You're increasing the money supply, and step 3 is boosting the economy by increasing aggregate demand. So 1 is going to be the correct answer here for sure. 2 says decreasing its money supply to slow the economy. Right off the bat, we know that money supply isn't decreasing, it's increasing, so we can eliminate this answer choice. 3 says increasing its money supply to speed business expansion. Again, the same concept as part 1. We know we want to increase the money supply. We know eventually we want investment spending by businesses to go up. And so that's going to be a correct answer as well. 4 says decreasing its money supply to curb business expansion. Again, off the bat, eliminate the answer choice because we're increasing money supply, not decreasing. And finally, 5, decreasing interest rates to increase investment spending. And again, yes, we are. That's step 2, right? Step 2 is decreasing interest rates. Step 3, increase investment spending. So 5 is going to be the right answer as well. So between these 5 answer choices, we're left with 1, 3, and 5 as the best ones for our answer choice. Let's take a look at the previous tutor's answer. Previous tutor says that the correct answers to this question are options 1, 3, and 5. Expansionary monetary policy is an arrangement of a central bank by which a central bank utilizes its devices to stimulate the economy. It increases the money supply, bringing down financing costs, and expands total demand. It supports growth and development as estimated by total national output. It brings down the value of the currency, thereby diminishing the swapping rate. The money supply is expanded, and the loan fees are diminished with the goal that the total demand is expanded and helps the organization in its development. It likewise helps in fighting joblessness. Likewise, the GDP expands, which is demonstrated as a positive indication of development. I don't think there's anything specifically wrong with this explanation. I just think it's a little bit less clear than it could be. Like, the thing we care about is expansionary monetary policy and what that means, right? Expansionary monetary policy means the Fed, the central bank, tries to manipulate the money supply in order to stimulate aggregate demand. Or to do that, they increase the money supply, which leads to a new equilibrium on the money market graph with a lower interest rate. Lower interest rates stimulate both consumption and investment spending, which shifts aggregate demand to the right. This helps to close the recessionary gap. Okay, so nothing wrong with the solution. I just think this explanation might make a little bit more sense if you're focusing purely on the economic models. So that's going to be a correct solution, though.